Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dispatch Game Day, presented by Jets Pizza. My name's Ryan Antonucci, joined here by Quentin Bursch, and we're about to take you to the field for this Week 5 matchup between your Hersey Huskies and the Wheeling Wildcats. It's powder toss, whiteout, huge game for these Huskies before we go into homecoming week. It's also the start of conference play. Q-Tip, give us the lay of the land and what's going on so far in conference and what you project for these Huskies for the rest of the season.
You know, the Huskies started off not to the greatest start, a little bit of bumps in their trail, and now we're 2-2, 50-50 for the first 4 games. But seeing that Niles West game, the Huskies have stepped up tremendously. Just offensively, I just want to point out the Huskies had 472 yards to Niles 100. And just in the air, Jake Narot, we see him advancing to the next level, becoming a really great quarterback. Jake Narot, 281 net passing yards versus the Niles West total offense of 6 net passing yards.
Yeah, and Jake Narot, he was previously mentioned as the Sloche Player of the Week. Sloche is an Instagram account that is tied to high school football, probably one of the most followed. And he was the Player of the Week, recording 6 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown in the first half against Niles West last week. But coming off of last week's game against Niles West, we have a Wheeling team here who the Huskies have notoriously dominated. But I just want to, do you think that performance is going to happen again for Jake and this Huskies offense?
You know, I really do. And I actually think a lot of it comes down to us, Ryan. You know, people always say announcer jinx, and actually a lot of the players look at us and they get offended or they get excited. You know, stuff happens depending on what we say. And last week I was talking about how Brendan Jenkins, like, he needed to have a bounce back weekend. We really wanted to see that. And all his teammates sort of got mad at me. And I talked to Jenkins after. He was like, you know, man, I needed that. And he comes out in this game and he puts up almost 200 rushing yards in the Niles West game. So I think the players,
and most of that came in the first half.
Yeah. And I think the players are gonna really benefit from this Niles West game, from this win, and we're moving on. And I think there's sort of a motivational factor coming into this game, like that they don't want to look bad. They know we're out here announcing for them, and I think they're gonna pop off.
I think it's also a weaker time in the Huskies schedule. You know, you start off with Powerhouse, Warren, and Barrington, and then you transition into, okay, Maine West, Niles West. You know, coming up next year, we have Elk Grove and Buffalo Grove. Those are 5 easy, very winnable games. But then you go into Prospect, then you go into Meadows, and the schedule gets a little tougher. So this is definitely a time where Huskies players can definitely pad their stats and, you know, just become more accustomed to the team play style and build more confidence. But I want to focus on this Wheeling team for a second. They're on their 4th head coach in the past 6 seasons. It's Ryan Gronwick. It's his first year as the head coach. Wheeling's 1-3. They had a win against Maine East. They beat them 42-0 last week. They lost to Niles North 42-56. It was Wheeling's homecoming. What are you expecting from this Wheeling team? Wheeling has almost their entire offense starts on defense, so they have even less depth than the Huskies. What do we think?
I think if they put up any struggle whatsoever, that struggle's gone in the second half. I think we could bring in our backup players and actually get some yards for them. Because I know one thing that, I don't want to say disappointed, for lack of a better word, I really wanted to see some excitement from our backups in the Niles West game. We did see an interception from Nick Jalaka.
Yes.
But we didn't really see anything going on offensively for Kai Parker-Peterson. We did see that 70-yard rushing touchdown from Jackson Travis, but it got called back. So, you know, I really want to see some more stuff happen with our backup players, and I think there's going to be an opportunity in this Wheeling game. Yeah,
last year the Huskies beat Wheeling 61-0. It was probably one of the higher scores we've scored in definitely my 4 years here. Sure. It's almost every year like that against Wheeling, where we put up some pretty big numbers. But, you know, don't discount this Wheeling team. Coach Gronwick has expressed that numbers have grown exponentially for Wheeling football. In fact, they're getting more and more freshmen, underclassmen coming in with interest in the program. And Wheeling's really shaping into what they used to be, a team that used to make state playoffs almost every year. In fact, in 2016 was their last state playoff appearance. They haven't yet to appear since. But, you know, coming off a 2-7 season last year, now they get into conference play. Conference play notoriously has been tougher for Wheeling versus where for Hersey it's been easier. I'm very interested to see how they do down the stretch. All right, it's almost homecoming week, Huskies. This means that festivities like the big game and banner painting and open mic night, you name it, is coming soon. And the most significant of the events is the big game. The big game adds to our inclusion week. The big game is where CLS students in the Hersey body go and play a basketball game and really rally support from the Hersey community. It's truly one of the best events Hersey puts on display. I know that you have known a lot of these students. You've been calling a lot of these big game events. We actually are going to have a big game broadcast coming Monday. Just tell us, Q-Tip, what does the big game mean to you?
Oh, the big game's a great opportunity, and to me, really, it's all about inclusiveness. All the players there, they all know me. We all high five before the game. Even when we're dressed up in our suits or whatever, we get to go down and shoot some hoops before the game, and it's just you'll never feel happier in your entire life ever.
Yeah, it's just truly unbelievable what the Hersey student body does in this game for these students. No other school has this experience, and we're going to show you a video here to have some other Hersey students talk about their experience at the big game and even hear a couple words from the players themselves. What you're about to see here is a Hersey Dispatch production.
My name is Kate Donovan. I'm a senior in high school. The big game is a really unique event that not a lot of schools get to experience, and I think it's a really good way to bring the whole school together and be able to cheer on our classmates. This is my 4th time being a part of the big game, and this will be my 3rd time being a coach, and no matter what position you're in, whether you're on the floor or in the stands cheering, it's really special. The energy is just like unmatched, and it's a really cool thing that we get to do every year.
I'm Sadie Marks and I'm a junior. To me, it just means just having such like a positive outlook on just everything, like just from like this little game that we all watch to just carrying it throughout the halls. I mean, everyone in schools, we're all just cheering for the same thing. We all just want the CLS students to have the greatest time possible, and it just spreads happiness to everyone. I mean, I think it gives everyone the same opportunity. Like, it just gives the CLS students the same opportunities that everyone else gets throughout the year, but they just get this great moment. I mean, I love it. It's like one of my favorite days of the whole year. It's homecoming week, such a good week, and that's just a great way to start it off. My favorite part of the game, like the thing that stands out, is probably just like the first like few minutes of the game. It's just like when all the kids are getting in, and it's everyone's first time on the court, and everyone is just extra hype in the stands.
The energy in the gym, the cheering, like it's one of the few times our whole school comes together and everyone is just having a good time, and we're all just so happy for our classmates. I would say my freshman year, when it was my only time not coaching, and Micah Johnson, he was just such a great kid. It was so fun to watch one of my friends play in a game that he loved and have such a good time.
My favorite memory would be doing it last year for my first time. I got to do it with some of my favorite teammates that I've ever played with, and I loved having the opportunity to lead new kids.
My name is Leo. I'm a sophomore. Big game is super excited. I love deep free shot. I love blocking people. My big game is about English with my coach, tackling my lock goal, and deep free and blocking people.
My name is Jefferson Banegas Cruz. I am a 10th grade sophomore, and I am grateful that we get to play the big game every year. My favorite big game memory is seeing posters that had my name. When I am on the court, I feel grateful and proud.
My name's Riley, and I am in 10th grade as a sophomore. It's fun because there's like a locker and stuff. Yeah, super excited.
I am feeling excited. We can't wait to get this game started. It's my favorite time of the year.
Super excited. I love it.
All right, we hope you enjoyed that video. Now, it's the moment you guys have been waiting for. It's our game day selection picks, and we're joined by guest picker, Hersey football team manager, and dispatch member, Ben Meek. Meek, you want to give a little intro?
Yeah, so I've been with the team for like 4 years now since I've been in 7th grade, and it's just fun to see that side of the team and be on the sideline for every game, so yeah.
All right, let's get to our picks now. Q-Tip, you got a leg up on me last week. You had a great week last week. I think you only had one incorrect pick, whereas I had like 3 or 4. Any comment, anything on that? I know that you were such a good high school football picker.
I don't really think there needs to be any comments. When you bring me into a setting like this, it's expected that this will happen. All I do is win.
All right, we have 8 games for you guys today across the MSL East-West and 2 guest games that we're going to introduce. The first game is Glenbrook North versus Glenbrook South, a little rivalry to the east. Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South, both pretty storied programs, both programs that Hersey has seen recently. Glenbrook South actually coming off a win last week against Palatine, and Glenbrook North, I believe they lost to Buffalo Grove last week. So, Q-Tip, who do you got for this one?
You know, last week I did say that Glenbrook North was a weaker team than Glenbrook South, and I'm going to stand on business, Ryan. I'm taking Glenbrook South.
So I think Glenbrook South is a stronger team than Glenbrook North, so yeah, so I'm going to go with Glenbrook South.
Yeah, Glenbrook South beat Glenbrook North last year. That game final score was 45-13. Glenbrook South is home this time. Glenbrook South traveling to Glenbrook North. However, Glenbrook South coming off of, there's a lot of Glenbrooks that I'm saying right now. Glenbrook South coming off a huge win against Palatine. Palatine, we said before, a team that we always thought was going to be top ranked in the MSL. They've kind of faltered since then, especially after that loss to Maine South. I'm going to take Glenbrook South in this one. All right, our next game, St. Ignatius versus St. Viator, a little private school matchup. St. Viator, our neighbors to the south. Who do you got, Q-Tip?
You know, I'm not too sure I know anything about St. Ignatius. Looking at the computer, you have them winning. Can I ask you to explain first?
All right, so I picked St. Ignatius over St. Viator. St. Viator, they've always been a decent program. I believe they're 5A, but this year they've lacked. Both teams are 1-3. St. Ignatius and Viator have always kind of gone toe-to-toe in games before. St. Ignatius does have home field in this one. I'm going to take St. Ignatius just purely off. I think they have the stronger program this year, stronger team, but I think this one could go either way.
You know, you did call them our neighbors in the south, so I'm going to stick with them, and I'm going to take Viator here.
Viator.
I'm going to go with Ignatius. I think there's a better team overall. I know Viator has a new coach, Robbie Gold, but that didn't really pan out that well for Meadows last year, so I think St. Ignatius just is a better team. They have home field advantage, so I'm going to go with them.
All right, I agree with Meek so far. Two good picks. All right, Conant versus Friend. Let's transition into MSL West play. Conant, I described him last week as the Wheeling of the MSL. Conant, I believe, did just come off of a win. I'm going to have to double check that. But then you have Fremd, who's ranked number 8 in the most recent rankings. So arguably the top MSL West team. I think Barrington's a stronger program, but I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I'm taking Fremd all the way here. I really like Fremd's play style here. They got a big O line, and I love the way their O line's looking. And yeah, I'm taking Fremd. I don't think Conant is very strong whatsoever.
You know, even though Conant's won 2 games, which is very promising for them because they've been winless, especially last year, since 2021, I think. So even though it'd be a very well Cinderella story, I have to go with Fremd. Yeah, Conant does at the home field, but I'm still going to take Fremd in this one, and I believe it's going to be a pretty big win here for Fremd. All right, next game, Schaumburg versus Hoffman Estates. Hoffman Estates, I believe they're undefeated this season so far. Schaumburg, another team that struggled here or there. What do we got here, Q-Tip?
I don't think there's really been any games so far that have been a toss-up except for that St. Ignatius versus Viator, and I think that's going to stand for this week here as well.
Yeah, I was. So who you're taking Hoffman? I
Yeah,
believe?
yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm taking Hoffman.
Yeah, when I was putting together the list of game day picks, I didn't really think that any of them were going to be that good, and I think we're all going to pick the same, but they haven't been so far. I'm going to take Hoffman over Schaumburg. Who do you got, me?
I'm gonna go with Schaumburg. Contrary to belief, I just don't think, even though they're undefeated, I just have a feeling Schaumburg's gonna win. Hoffman hasn't been good past years, and I feel like that's gonna catch up to them this week against Schaumburg. So that's who I'm gonna go with, Schaumburg, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, Palatine versus Barrington. This is probably the best game we're going to see this week. I have to believe. Palatine has struggled here down the stretch. They're 2-2 right now. Barrington, very strong start to their season. Their only loss coming to Maine South. They played the Huskies. They beat up on them. This is probably their best game here, and this is actually Barrington's homecoming, I believe. Who do you got, kids?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not a fan of Hersey and you're just here to watch me, this is probably the game of the week. They're two very strong teams, especially in the MSL, but I really like the way Barrington's run game is looking right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed that. They've got that
Very
young
strong.
sophomore running back. Forget his last name.
It's something
His first
Greek
name's Lamar.
really. I didn't know
Pretty
that.
sure it's
I
Lamar.
think it is.
His first name's Lamar. I forget his last name. I'm blanking here, but yeah, I'm going to take Barrington here. I like the way their run game's been looking.
I also have to go with Barrington. Their running back is really good, especially as a sophomore coming in. They have a good receiving core with a good tight end, and I feel like they're just the stronger team. Even though Palatine has put up good scores against Prospect, which went to overtime, but I just have to go with Barrington. They're a stronger team.
Yeah, I definitely think that Prospect game was Palatine's best win. But Barrington has just been so dominant. They're 3-1 so far. I'm going to have to take Barrington in this one. Really, my only measure is that Maine South game. I mean, Palatine was absolutely blown out. Barrington made it a little bit more of a game. So I'm going to take Barrington in this one. All right, now going over to the MSL East, Elk Grove versus Rolling Meadows. Rolling Meadows has had a great year so far this year. Elk Grove, I had high expectations for Elk Grove. I thought they were going to be the third best team, but right now they're looking like the worst team in the MSL as a whole. What do you got, Hita?
You know, I had Rolling Meadows winning last week, and I don't know if you did. That went one of our switches.
I think we both had Rolling Meadows. They played Maine East.
Okay, well, I just remember saying that. Like I said, my brother-in-law, one of the coaches of
We hear it
the
every week.
football team.
We hear it every
week. I need to keep shouting him out. You know, he loves to hear it. But I'm faithful towards the Meadows team. He always tells me what's going on, but he did say one of their players did just tear an ACL.
Wow.
A starting player,
Wow.
senior, just tore an ACL. So it's not looking too great for that one player, but Meadows, I think, is going to take another one home against Elk Grove.
I have to go with Meadows as well. Elk Grove's just not been strong the past years throughout the MSL, and Meadows has some good key players. So I feel like that's just gonna keep them winning and keep them undefeated. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm going to take Meadows in this one, too. I don't think there's much deliberation in this one. Meadows is going to win. But it's going to be interesting how much Meadows wins by, if they absolutely pour it on like Hersey or Prospect normally does, or if it's going to be a little closer game, maybe 3 touchdowns. But yes, Meadows for me. All right, Buffalo Grove versus Prospect, a bit of a north-south matchup here. Q-Tip, who do you have in this one? Prospect has one loss so far this year. Buffalo Grove is 2-2. They had big wins against Deerfield and last week against Glenbrook North. So maybe a little bit of context to build up there for you.
I really like to put Prospect and Hersey sort of at the same level. So then when it gets to that week, when there's everything's anticipated to the peak of football, and they're at the same level. So I have Hersey beating Buffalo Grove, so I'm going to take Prospect beating Buffalo Grove as well.
Yeah, I mean, Prospect's just probably our best opponent in the MSL West because they're just always have a good team, always have good players, good coaches, everything. So I have Prospect winning this by at least 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't think I need to reiterate much from you guys. I think Prospect's going to win this one. Though Buffalo Grove has looked pretty impressive with wins over Deerfield and Glenbrook North. I just don't think that Buffalo Grove can play up to the level that Prospect is and eventually down the road Hersey is. So I'm going to take Prospect in this one. All right, a huge matchup here. I like to call it the Battle of MacArthur. Hersey and Wheeling. Oh, MacArthur, half of them go to Wheeling, half of them go to Hersey, whatever. Wheeling, Hersey, two teams play each other every year. Hersey wins most of the time. And I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about this one, the game that we're about to take you to here. Hersey, Wheeling, who do we got?
I think I pointed this out last week, but you like to use Wheeling as an adjective towards other schools. So I want to point out if Wheeling is an adjective for bad and how we played against Niles West last week was so good. I just want to point out some of our players. Give him a couple shout outs. Jake Nara, 12 completions on 17 attempts, 245 yards, 70% completion, 6 throwing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. We had Jack Mao, the sophomore kicker, go 8 for 8 on extra points. We had a bunch of touchbacks, like 400 yards off of kickoffs. The Huskies played great last week, and I think we're going to absolutely drown Wheeling.
Yeah, so I can't say much of anything different because Hersey is just, I mean, even though, yeah, we've been rough the first 2 weeks, but I've powered back the last 2 with Jack Mouse being undefeated on PATs, and I just feel like Wheeling hasn't been the best in the past years. We have a previous Wheeling student in Kai Peterson who transferred this year to Hersey for football and basketball, and I feel like just in the second half, I don't know why, but I feel like he's going to go off against his old school, so I have to go with Hersey by a mile.
I have 2 words for you guys. James Lawson, key player here for Wheeling. I don't know how Hersey's going to stop him. I mean, he's just been unbelievable so far this year for Wheeling. And, you talk about Kai Parker Peterson, right? Hit the portal, headed over to Hersey this year. Wheeling wants that revenge, right? Hersey just took their quarterback. Why does Hersey get to recruit players? Why doesn't Wheeling get everybody? So Wheeling has the heart. They want to come out and win. They're going to think they're going to dominate right here. But I have 2 more words for you guys. Jake Nara. He's unstoppable right now. He's on a tear. I think this pick for me is pretty easy. Give me the nuke. Whoa. Huskies by 1 million. Let's go, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to take you down to the field now for powder toss and for some Hersey football. We thank you for joining us tonight. Once again, I'm Ryan Antonucci. This is Quinton Burst, joined here by guest picker Ben Meek. We'll see you later.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Hersey Dispatch Game Day broadcast. My name is Quinton Bursch. Today I'm joined by Ryan Antonucci. Producing today, we have Emily Durkin, and on cameras, we have Devin Joseph. Ryan, how about you lead us into the game? It's a big night. You can see we're covered in powder. Want to explain it all?
Yes, it is senior night tonight. It is white out tonight for these Huskies. I expect you're going to see a lot of seniors taking the field tonight for the Huskies. And today we are not in our traditional suit and tie. In fact, we decided to join the powder toss. It is me and Q-Tip and Emily's senior night as well. Not our final broadcast, but senior night, so we thought, get into the spirit, join the student section, so to say, and we're so excited to call this game tonight.
Alrighty, guys, we'll see you in the first quarter.
Hold on, take.
Wait. Alrighty, guys, here at the beginning of the first quarter, the athletes have not yet taken the field, but you know, I do want to point out one thing. Last week against Niles West, they were missing their quarterback, and we saw static play, and it seems to be the same for Wheeling. They've got about 3 receivers with playbooks on their wrists. Ryan, how do you think that's going to affect their team?
I mean, obviously, if their quarterback's missing, Christian Campos, a returning senior, it's going to be a big loss for them, especially in a game where I'd say Wheeling starts a little disadvantaged. They're throwing in a young quarterback, or maybe a sophomore, junior, or a wide receiver with limited experience. That could absolutely hurt them, especially very early on. We're yet to know. We need to see who takes the field. I wouldn't say it with 100% certainty that they have an injured quarterback, but from what we saw when we were watching warm-ups, it looked to be.
I also do want to point out, you said like sophomore, junior. There's only 2 sophomores on the Wheeling roster sheet, and one of them is number 5, Anthony Alvarado. And I actually saw him playing quarterback here. How do you think the youngin's going to be able to step in if Anthony Alvarado is the one that's going to be starting tonight? Because I really can't tell.
We'll see if he takes the field, but it's a lot of pressure for a young quarterback. Colton Camino's most recent sophomore to start for the Huskies. Even Narot didn't start until his junior year. And we're underway, actually, as the kick.
Oliver Cohen gets the kick. He drops the ball. Is he going to be able to jump on it? He picks it up. He's down. No, he's not. He keeps going, and he's down at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it seemed just to slip out of his hands. Doesn't look like it was a difficult kick to catch, just kind of lost sight of it, got 2 up in the moment. Again, it's senior night tonight. Oliver Cohen, a senior, amongst many other players on this Hersey roster. I'm sure there's a lot of emotions going through this team.
Yes, I do want to point out Jake Narot had an outstanding week last week. Only in the first half he went, I believe it was 17 for 19 with 245 yards, 6 touchdowns, and adding on to that a rushing touchdown. Can the kid keep it up? He's got Jenkins lined up next to him. He's got Wentink, Riggs, and I believe that's Schultz on the top. He's going to look for Wentink outside, and he catches it. Wentink out of bounds at the 31.
Yeah, it's strange for Nelson. Straight off the bat, normally he likes to go deep, but keeping it to the outside there. What a catch by Wentink. Way to keep his feet in. He's almost stepped out. But another great catch for Wentink this season. And a gain of 6 for the Huskies.
You know, I really like the way the tight ends have been looking this year. I know last year Logan Farrell was injured, so we didn't get to see much of the tight end play, but I really like the way Jackson Wilder's stepping up into his spot. Narod, he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to find Wentink again. Excuse me, that's Riggs. Riggs makes a dodge, and he's in open field. Riggs to the 40. He's going to the 30. He's going to the 20, and it looks like he's going to be in. 10 yards to go, and that's a touchdown, Josh Riggs.
Josh Riggs just seems to score almost every week. He's really finding a way to maneuver around the defenders right there. Just a short pass, a little dump off and maneuver, and Riggs maneuvers around the Wheeling defense. You know, Wheeling doesn't really step in his way, try to get a body on him, and Riggs gets in for the touchdown, and the extra point's good by Mao.
Jack Mao up to kick. And you know what? Mao went 8 for 8 last week. The kicking team had 450 kicking yards last week. Dak Mao, they call him Money Mao. You think that's a fitting nickname?
Money Mao. I mean, as you said in the pregame show, he was 8 for 8.
Money Mao is through the uprights.
9 for 9 now in the past 2 games. So, and I imagine he's going to get a lot more opportunities tonight. Not to hate on Wheeling pretty early on, but I believe that I think the Huskies going to score not the same, maybe comparable to what they did last week against
A 75-yard drive in 3 plays, no rushing yet. You know, that's one thing we saw Josh Riggs going for last year. Is he was always sort of the deep ball man after Carson Groves left, but it seemed like he had a catching problem. I don't know if you saw that, but there were a couple times when Josh Riggs just couldn't quite reel the ball in. But this season, he's really developed into a great wide receiver.
Yeah, Riggs and Wentink and all the receivers with the Huskies have had a tremendous year so far. Tons of receiving touchdowns. You know, most notably was that Warren game where we had tons of passes, tons of touchdowns. As we're about to get a first look at this Wheeling offense. Still yet to know what's going on with the quarterback situation.
Jack Foster up to kick here, and you see they're going back from the arc that we saw last week. They're taking away the arc. They're back into the flat kickoff team here. Let's see if it changes anything. Jack Foster. It's a boot. It's going to be caught at the 10. Wheeling's going to rush outside, but he's got defenders on him. He's going to get nowhere to move. He ran about 60 yards, but didn't gain a single yard.
Yeah, you know, you've got to, if you're the returner, you got to know you're going to get tackled, right? So you just kind of have to barrel through whatever the team kicking off is. And, you know, you see right there, the Wheeling kick returner just kind of didn't want to get touched, moved to the outside, steps out of bounds, ended up being no gain, if not a very little gain off the kickoff. But I will mention Foster, another great kickoff. He got him last week, and we saw the Huskies almost down the ball at the 1-yard line. And once again, just really doing well with his kicks.
I can't see that number from here, but I believe that's number 5, Anthony Alvarado, for the quarterback. Alvarado hands it off to number 21. That's Brian Arata. Arata gets stopped at about a gain of a yard.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me, Areola, not Arata.
Yeah, these numbers aren't easy to see from here. Wheeling, I heard you talking about a pregame. Wheeling doesn't have the greatest uniforms, especially for announcing. But a light run there.
Number 5, the young wide receiver, Anthony Alvarado. What can Alvarado do here? Are we going to see a passing play, or is he going to give it back to Areola? Alvarado, hand off to Areola. Areola's going to find a gap, and he gets through. He's going to get taken down at about, I don't know, what is that, the 18? I couldn't really see from here.
About the 18, 17. A powerful run. He got through the defensive line of the Huskies, tackled by Luke Casey. You know, it's just a power. No, it's not a first down, though it's not for 20 yards like we see from Brandon Jenkins. That's an encouraging run pretty early on for Wheeling.
Alvarado's going to look to throw. No, he's not. It's going to be to Areola. Areola, excuse me, wow, they totally faked me out. He kept that ball.
Yeah, a little quarterback keeper pass option. Didn't end up working for him. He tried to throw off the Husky defense, and now it's looking like it's going to be a punt for Wheeling.
See, I thought he held on to it. I said he held on to it, and then I went back on my word, and then went back on my word again.
We're far. I don't blame you. We're far. You know, maybe we need to start bringing the binoculars.
A little binoc action.
Binoculars. Yeah.
I cannot tell who's punting here for Wheeling. Number 72, that's going to be Eric Moreno, the D lineman. Moreno. It's going to be a low snap. Moreno's going to get the punt off, and it's very high. It's going to call for a fair catch.
Yeah,
Tyler Wentink.
For my Madden players out there, that's like when you're playing Madden, you move the stick all the way up, you get that sky kick, and only about a 20-yard punt, maybe less, and the Huskies starting off with excellent field position straight off the kickoff, or the punt. Wheeling coming into this game, losing to Niles West at a Heartbreakers 42-56. That's the most points that, or tied for the most points that Wheeling's put up this season, that they were just outscored by Niles North. And, you got to imagine they're coming into this game. They want some revenge. They're
Well,
1
I
and
do
3 on the
believe
season.
that last game is where their quarterback got injured,
I'd have to imagine.
Christian
A
Campos,
lot
and
of
he was
scoring.
a stud.
And Christian Campos plays on both sides of the ball.
Narot, he's going to look for the shovel to Jenkins. Jenkins drops the pass. It's going to be incomplete.
I was saying it's not a backwards pass. It looked like it was a forward pass, so not a fumble, just an incomplete pass. And you see the Huskies really like these outside passes, these screen passes right away. We'll see if this is a trend for the remainder of the game. I have to imagine they go deep. Maybe not right now, but eventually later on in the game.
We'll see what Narot cooks up here. He's got Jenkins next to him. 3 receivers and Jackson Wilder in motion. He's going to hold it himself. He's got pressure. He throws it off early to Wentink just over his head.
A back-to-back incompletions to start the down. Now it's such a drive. Now it's 3rd and 10. See Coach Nelson talking to Narot, cooking up a play. Just a little overthrown there for Wentink. Wentink tries to reach back for that one-hand grab. That would have been pretty sick if he did, but
It looks like that was number 5 on the pressure as well, if I'm not mistaken, the new quarterback.
yeah.
Alvarado.
I mentioned in the pregame show, almost the entire Wheeling offense starts on defense. Expect to see that.
Narod has got space to move, and he's going to sling it to Wentink. Wentink stays in bounds, and he stays on his feet. No, he gets pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, wait for Narot to use his legs there. In fact, almost this entire season, we've seen Narot use his legs to evade pressure, and right there, it's another example. Moving around in the pocket, getting open, throwing that pass to Tyler Wentink, who once again keeps his feet in, just gets pushed out of bounds, but Husky first down.
No, that was Alvarado pushing him out of bounds there as well. We've seen him quarterback, and he's been named on almost every defensive play here. Alvarado, great player. It's going to be faked handoff. Narot's got time in the pocket. He's going to go outside. He's going to look to the corner of the end zone. He's got Wilder! Is he in?
Touchdown.
Wilder in for the touchdown. What a catch, what a toe tap.
Wow, that ball was looking like it was going to head to the little kid sitting in the front row in the end zone, but just wait for Wilder to jump up there, grab that ball, bring it in for the second Hersey touchdown.
You know what?
14-0.
What is he, 6'6", 6'7"? How tall is Jackson Wilder out there?
I said I was going to look for a height, and I never ended up looking for a height, but I would have to imagine, yeah, he's around 6'6", 6'7".
I did mention before the game, I'm loving the way our tight end room is looking, and there you see it, Wilder wide open. Mao, Money Mao. Money Mao making dollars straight through the uprights.
So a little bit of a rough start to the drive. Wheeling forced a third down before the Huskies even gained any yardage, and right away there they get the first down with the pass to Wentink, and then going into the end zone, caught by Wilder. It's senior night, so we're going to try our best to find the senior players who are coming onto the field. I'd imagine that all seniors on the roster are going to at least get on the field at some point tonight, but no promises. We're going to try to catch it when we see subs and stuff, but
I was talking to Bernard Erharber in my accounting class. If you notice my headband, shout out college accounting. But Bernard was telling me that he thinks that they're going to be Wheeling so bad that all the seniors aren't even going to be in the second half.
wow.
We see Foster warming up here for another kickoff. Is it going to be what? I think it's like his 7th touchback opportunity. Jack Foster. Jack Foster with a great kick. That one's going to be launched to about the 5-yard line. And it's caught by number 8, but I don't have an 8 on the roster sheet.
I believe I heard 49, the reception, but
49?
I don't know. I just
no, it
know.
was definitely a single digit. I just can't tell who it was. Looks like it was number 4, Alex Hernandez.
Once again, we saw the same thing from, I'm assuming it's Hernandez, as he did last kick return. Just run into the sideline, kind of sideways, gaining very little yardage on the return, setting up Wheeling with not great field position.
We're going to see Alvarado come back into the quarterback position. He's got no running backs lined up behind him. Alvarado takes it himself. He's going to look for a dodge, and he's going to get stuffed by about every single Husky.
Yeah, wait for the defensive line, stand up, push him over. I believe that was a gain of 4. No, sorry, a gain of 1. Tackle made by number 4, Shaden Georgakakis. And so it's 2nd and 9 now for Wheeling.
Alvarado's going to look for a receiver. It's an early throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Target there was number 8. So it was number 8 on that reception. He's not on the roster sheet whatsoever.
No, I believe that was number 2, Adon Gomez, with the target. That's what I saw, number 2.
No, we don't have a number 8 either. It looks like the other announcers that actually announced the game don't have a number 8.
Sorry, the PA announcers.
Yes, excuse me.
We actually announced the game.
I meant on the speakers, so all the fans here can hear. But yeah, there's no number 8 on the roster sheet, so we cannot identify who that is.
All of us up here are really struggling to read these numbers. I mentioned before the game James Lawson, and he is not on this roster sheet either. I wonder if I have...
Alvarado's going to look though deep, and it's going to be blocked by number 20, Zell Walton.
With Zell Walton to get up there, recognize that pass, jump that pass, just off the fingertips. Could have been an interception, and he had nobody in front of them. Could have taken that into the end zone for a touchdown.
Looks like Wheeling's going to bring in another punt.
Wentink back to receive.
You know what? Maybe number 8 is the guy you were talking about. Was it a receiver?
Yeah, it was a receiver.
There you go.
Maybe. That would make sense.
Because the guy Ryan looked up got caught on the Daily Herald was in the pregame show, James Lawson. And James Lawson is not on the roster.
James Lawson was listed as their key player. And he was, not on the roster sheet. We looked through, I'm like, oh my God, did I just make up a guy? But I think we found the missing player.
It appears to be number 8 might be James Lawson.
Well,
okay, number 4 is James Lawson.
This says Rasar Bennett on Max Preps. This says a QB sophomore. In the end, we don't know.
No, because I also, on our roster sheet, we have number 4 is Alex Hernandez, not James Lawson. This is really confusing out here. Wait, and they don't even have a number 5 on that.
Yeah.
Sorry, technical difficulties out here.
Yeah, if anybody would like to...
If anybody knows who number 8 is,
I don't know if we have a chat going for this, but if number 8's your kid...
No, that's going to look deep. He's got Wilder wide open. Wilder! Wow! It doesn't get any wilder than that.
That was a good one, Q-Tip. You've had tons of misses with those, but I actually think that was your best one.
I want to shout out my brother on that one.
Please do not use that one again, because it was golden in the moment, but now just don't milk it, okay?
My brother texted me that one, and I was like, wow, that's
Anyway,
gold.
that's that Tom Nelson special I always talk about. Sending a receiver downfield that happened to be Wilder. Wilder with the catch into the end zone for the touchdown, and we're only halfway through this first quarter, and the Huskies already have 21. Let's see if they can beat 28 that they put up in the first quarter against Niles West.
Let's see, can Money Mao put it through the coin slot? Money Mao! And it's good. Give me a quarter.
Oh, no. Okay. 21-0, an amazing start here from Hersey. Wilder with the second touchdown. I would hope that they're going to try to get all the receivers on the Huskies who are seniors a touchdown. I mean, Riggs already had one, so he's not a senior. But I got to imagine they're going to try to look for Wentink here now. And
Luke Casey's going to be out there. We might see something from Chaden.
Yeah,
Even though he's a running back. Drew Frank.
Obviously, Brandon Jenkins still hasn't. He's a senior.
Hey, Cooper Mullins a receiver. There's a lot of receiver on the depth chart for the Huskies that are all seniors.
Yeah, I see Husky fans leaving already. I mean, I don't blame them. 21 points halfway through the game, but
You know, last week against Niles West, we put up 28 points per quarter, and it already looks like we're going to exceed that just in this quarter. Is it going to be a better game than 56-0 last week against Niles West?
my score prediction, I'm saying it now, I believe I said 63-0.
Foster with another great kick back at about the 2-yard line. It's going to be picked up by number 8. We still don't know who that is. That could be Lawson. It's just going to run out of bounds again. Same thing 3 times in a row, it looks like.
You know what? I'm just going to call number 8 James Lawson, okay?
James
And
Lawson?
that is not James. If there is no James Lawson on this Wheeling team, then sorry. But
Maybe your Daily Herald was like from last year, Ryan.
no. I date checked it because they were talking about Hersey and Narod and everybody. So I believe it's right, but I don't know. We'll say that was Lawson on the reception, going out of bounds. Same thing that we see from every single kickoff, but a little bit of a better return. They have the ball here at the 18.
Can Alvarado make anything happen? They've got a new running back who looks a little bit bigger back there, and that's going to be number 7, Michael Krakowski. Krakowski's going to find a gap through the middle, and he's going to keep pushing. Forward progression stops.
Karkowski, he's actually, I have him as a tight end.
Yeah, he's listed here as a tight end linebacker.
So a little interesting there, running with a tight end, but see his size. Maybe he's trying to bowl him through everybody, but I don't know. Well, it didn't really work. I'll give him that. Compared to Ariel's a little more shiftier. He's able to maneuver around the defense, and he still has tons of power through his runs.
Alvarado. And it's going to be another handoff to Krakowski. Krakowski is going to go down almost immediately.
Yeah, I feel like this is like that Niles West game. I want to see Alvarado pass. You know, Niles West, I forgot, it was static, right? Static.
But in the Niles West game, their starting quarterback was there.
Yeah, they put him in.
Just
yeah,
came
but
back
when
and forth.
Static was in, when he was the wide receiver, but he was playing quarterback, he never passed. He only passed like once. It was one of the worst passes I've seen.
But the starting quarterback that came back in did throw an interception.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know. I was not at the Wheeling Niles North game. I was at the Hersey game. Maybe he's benched right now. Can't
I know for a fact he got injured, but I also heard that it wasn't too bad and that he was going to play this game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of surprising that he's not there. Alvarado with a high snap. He's going to give it to Krakowski. Krakowski's going to look to the outside. It's going to get taken down.
Going back to what you were saying before about Campos, maybe a minor injury. Wheeling next week, they're playing Well, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you want to save them when there's games where maybe it's more winnable, maybe more competitive, like your Elk Groves, your Buffalo Groves. I mean, it's 21-0 already. I think Wheeling knew that this was going to be a rougher game. No sense in getting Campos even more hurt than he already is. Next week they have Prospect, maybe rest him again. And then when you get into Elk Grove, Buffalo Grove, Rolling Meadows, you can get him out on the field.
Eric Moreno on the punt again. Is Wenting going to call another fair, or is he going to take it himself? Moreno.
I'd love to see Wenting take this to the house. I think that would really cap off senior night.
Moreno with a low snap. He's got time, and it's a great punt. Wenting has to go back. And he drops it out of bounds.
A second drop by Wenting off the kickoff. But
I think the first one was Oliver Cohen.
Oliver Cohen, yes.
But it's 2 drops on the special teams.
2 drops on the special teams, and I think he just wasn't expecting that one to get that much distance. He's used to these 20-yard punts, and all of a sudden you throw some 40-yard punt up there, and he had to run backwards. Probably lost sight of the ball. It didn't amount to anything, just a little bit of a lost yardage that could have been returned.
You know, Jenkins has yet to go for 1 carry here. He did have a target that he dropped. Are we going to see something from Jenkins finally? There's another massive bug in the announcing box. Yes, we do see something from Jenkins. Down the middle, he finds a gap. He's going to get the first down and more. He's going to the outside, and Jenkins has the speed. 3 men to beat. He's going to look for a dodge. He's got blockers. Jenkins makes a great juke down to the 10, and Jenkins into the end zone.
Wow, Brandon Jenkins with I'm trying to count off my fingers right now. I believe that's a 65-yard touchdown run. It's numerous deep plays here by the Huskies right away. I know we're playing Wheeling, but I feel like this is the most explosive I've seen Hersey's offense right now. and getting into the end zone, throwing bodies down. You saw that stiff arm. It was right in front of us here, and excellent blocking down the field.
You know,
Gets it for the touchdown.
I do want to say I was talking to Jenkins before the game, you know, whenever I see him in class, and we know we got a sort of little bit of banter. He was like, you know, I heard you said that Chaden was better than me last week, and I was like, you know what, I just look at the stats and I say the facts. And I think Jenkins was like, all right, I'll show you a game today, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, Jenkins last game had 137 rushing yards, 453 on the season. He had a really strong game against Warren week 1. You know, being Jenkins right now, they don't really run him as much because you can throw all over teams like Niles West, Maine West, and Wheeling here. And next week, as we play Elk Grove, I'm sure it's going to be a similar situation. But
when
he's
he
still
does
able to get in the end zone touchdown.
He's explosive. We saw 3 jukes, broken tackles, and the speed from Jenkins there is unmatched. And the downfield blocking from the Huskies there.
Yeah.
I mean, that looked really practiced.
Yeah, I right at the end of the play, I believe it was Sawyer Corba who blocking downfield. And sorry, huge bug. Sawyer Corba blocking downfield absolutely laid somebody out. It kind of felt a little unnecessary. I feel like there could have been a flag on that one, but just a sign of excellent blocking.
We're seeing Olaf Jedrick come in on the kickoff. I wonder why here. Maybe they want a touchback. Jedrick has a little bit of a bigger leg than Foster. Will he get it to the end zone? Jedrick with a boot. It's up. And it's going to be caught by number 11. Pedro Garcia Esponiza. Esponiza gains about 4 yards.
Maybe that was the mystery returner all this time.
No, because that's number 11. It was definitely number 8. Definitely number 8.
Yeah,
But
all right, so Lawson then.
we'll call number 8 Lawson.
All right, well, next week, Q-Tip, it's homecoming week. Can you believe it?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, the theme is Beneath the Waves for our viewers who are unaware. Q-Tip, you going to go to the dance?
I don't really know. I haven't bought tickets yet, so probably not.
Yeah, well, I don't think tickets are on sale. If any Husky fans are watching, tickets are on sale next week. I want to say Wednesday, Friday? No, there is no school Thursday. Yeah, sorry, we're talking to our producer, Emily Durkin. Yeah. So homecoming week next week, Elk Grove next Friday. I'm going to be on the call. Join here with Q-Tip.
Alvarado. He's going to hand it off to Krakowski again. Krakowski finds a gap this time. No, he doesn't. Alvarado kept it. Nikhil Devapali on the tackle.
Nikhil, the edge rusher, getting in there, making the tackle. Forward progress gets stopped. Could have been a safety if he ran backwards. But
I don't know if it's the ugly Wheeling jerseys, but I just can't trace the ball when they do those fake handoffs. Maybe Alvarado's really good at it.
I think it's the brown Hersey jerseys. Then you have the brown football mixed in there, and it's just a lot of brown, a lot of ugly white and gold, and can't really find the ball. Oh, I forgot to mention, with homecoming week, our next broadcast is the big game on Monday. So join us at 2 p.m. Towards the end of the school day as we watch some of our CLS students play. No pregame show for the big game.
One thing I am noticing here for Wheeling as well, number 3 is out there. Maybe like an extra running back, a halfback, and he's not on the roster sheet at all. So that could be Larson as well.
There's a flag.
Number 3. We don't have him on our roster sheet either.
So Wheeling's even more backed up. They're at the goal line at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little safety.
Although number 3 looks like a lineman.
Oh, they're waving off the flag. No flag.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that to high school football teams. Put them in the end zone. Looks like they're switching though. Are they forcing a punt? Force on 4th down. Oh, it's a timeout. It's a timeout. And you know what we have for timeouts? New thing, player profiles, brought to you by Hersey Dispatch. We made them ourselves. First one up is Jake Narot.
My name is Jake Narot, and I'm a quarterback. This is my first year on varsity, and I'm number 9. The goal is to win a state championship, of course, and have some fun with my team, keep doing our thing. If I was in Madden, I would rate myself like maybe a 90, be generous, but I'd probably say like just decision making maybe I'd say is my highest rating. My name is...
All right, that's Jake Narot. Q-Tip, you made those.
I did. I made those myself. I made those myself, guys. I'm very proud.
Good work. I'm sure they turned out really good. I can't really hear them right now, but
Yeah, we can't hear them. They're only about 15 seconds long, so nice and quick. Perfect for the timeout.
For the remainder of the season, we're going to try to throw them in during timeouts, give you a little something to look at other than just us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it looks like number 3 is a lineman, maybe a halfback or a tight end, but he's not on our roster sheet either. We think number 8 might be Larson. Alvarado with the snap. He's going to hold it himself. He's looking deep, and it's a wiggly ball. No one even near. The target was number 8. We suspect to be Lawson.
James Lawson, yes. Yes. I want to give a quick shout out to our TikTok page.
Oh, yeah.
Hersey Dispatch TikTok under new management this year. It's now student run, and we just made our new post. We're hoping to hit on some of the trends now, some of the trending songs, audios. Also check out our Instagram, Twitter. We don't have a Facebook.
No, we don't. Alvarado, a high snap. He's going to hand it off to Krakowski. Krakowski's going to be swarmed by Huskies. 4th down and 13. Punt team's coming in.
Ryan Hafke with the tackle, a junior. I'm hearing a lot of names that I feel like I don't hear that often. Maybe I
don't know.
missed some.
I feel like these guys are all starters.
I think they're all starters. Yeah, they're getting.
They don't get their names out that often, and they're all having an outstanding game today.
Maybe we're just having a little more time to focus on the defensive tackle since there's not much going on the offensive side to talk about. But I see the Huskies here. They're looking to block this. They got max coverage punt here for Wheeling.
Another punt from Moreno. He drops it. He gets the punt off, though. Is Wente going to take it? No, he's going to let it drop because the ball is going to roll out of bounds.
Yeah, it took a Wheeling bounce, got out of bounds. And Huskies have similar field position that they did on that second drive at about the 40-yard line. You know, I'm looking at it now. Mostly, I don't know if we have a camera on this, but mostly on the away student section, they're in that far left section, right? But I see the cheer team interacting with a group in the middle section.
Yeah, that's it. It looks like they've got about 20 kids there.
Yeah, there's only 6 kids here at kickoff, and maybe I missed this other group of Wheeling students.
It's respectable. I feel like if you're a Wheeling student, you know this is going to be a rough game.
Well, and a lot of Wheeling kids know Hersey kids. I mean, I mentioned it in the pregame battle with MacArthur. A lot of MacArthur kids split off going to both schools, but I'm trying to get a sense of what theme they're doing here. It seems pretty out of order.
Narod, he's got time in the pocket. What great blocking. Narod's going to find Wenting on the outside. Excuse me, that's Riggs. Riggs makes a juke and gets tackled at the 20-yard line.
Narod, excellent job scanning the field looking for a pass, but there is a flag on the field.
Did you see our O-line there?
No.
That was great.
Yeah, that was good blocking by our O-line. Amazing blocking by our O-line. You know, Jack Nolan on the O-line. He's committing next week, so I think he's going to get the caps. And
get the caps.
I already know the answer, but I don't want to spoil it for
anybody. How do you know the answer? You've been talking a little bit. Secret Service over here?
Yeah, but I'm not going to spoil anything. I don't know what people know.
Are you from Florida?
Florida.
Because you're an investigator.
Oh no.
Dunk City over here.
Dunk City, what? Whoa.
This guy doesn't know ball. FGCU Dunk City.
Oh yes, FGCU. What does that have to do with investigating? You're just all over the place.
Because it's the Florida Gulf Coast, you know?
Yeah, I guess. FGCU Eagles, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I know. Give me a college mascot. I could probably give you the name.
Narod keeps onto it. It's going to be high to Wilder. Wilder is able to hold on. He's got blocking. He's one man to beat, and he trucks him. Wilder into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the net. Knight, Jackson, Wilder.
Wilder, 3rd touchdown. He was really going wild today.
Oh, yeah. And you said I couldn't use it again, yet he
well,
uses
okay,
it here.
I rephrased it. Last game, Wilder only with 1 reception for 5 yards this season. I'm trying to find his name here on my stat sheet. There he is, Jackson Wilder. 13 receptions for 85 yards, and
seems like he's matched that this game with only 3 receptions.
Yeah.
He had that 1 long ball and 2 short touchdowns already. Money Mao through the uprights.
Q-Tip normally brings me my his stat sheet that
his iPad's dead, so I have to do it off my phone. So it makes you have
Yeah,
to log
but
in every
my
time.
iPad is at about 3% right now.
I don't blame you. We've all done it. It's still the first quarter, and it's 35-0. We're halfway to the score that we put up last week against Niles West.
And in Niles West, we were averaging 14 a quarter if you count the second half. But if you count the first half, it was 28 a quarter, and we've already passed that in this Wheeling game. Considering we didn't score a touchdown in the second half against Niles West, I think this is going to be an even bigger game from the Huskies.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to have to talk about this second quarter. There's going to be nothing left to talk about. I guess we're just going to try to find the seniors on the field.
You could use your investigator skills and figure out who number 8 is. Maybe you run down there at halftime, run on the field, do a little bit of scampering. Olaf Jedrick. Jedrick with the boot. It's going to be sent up. Number 13. And he actually gained yards this time.
Yeah, that was a decent return.
John Scanlon. Scanlon had about 15 yards there.
I'm trying to look off the special teams unit, see if we have any seniors out there. And actually, Olaf Jedrick and Oliver Cohen, I believe, are the only 2 seniors.
I think I agree with you on that
special teams unit. So you see a couple sophomores out there.
I mean, Mao is already, what, 6 for 6 today?
Well, there's only been 5 touchdowns.
5 for 5,
so yeah, 5 for 5. But
Wow.
yeah, 5 for 5. There's only 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Alvarado. It's going to be a handoff, and he gets absolutely stuffed by Jenkins. That's number 40, Eduardo Juarez.
Yeah, he just tried to truck Jenkins there, and Jenkins didn't.
Jenkins planted his feet and just
planted his
off.
feet, kind of let him get over him, right? But ended up making the tackle, and a great play there by
that's
Jenkins.
a textbook tackle.
Yeah.
I think he got that out of my book.
Out of your book.
Yeah.
You ever played football before?
You kidding me?
Kid was an e-sporter back in the days.
Back freshman year, big esports kid over here.
Oh. Well, what's going on with the esports team? We're doing a broadcast
I have
for them.
no clue. We should. That'd be so funny. Alvarado handed off to number 40 again. I already forgot his name. Wow, terrible on me. Juarez.
This Wheeling team off to a rough start so far. It's 3rd and 7, 35-0. Hersey. Probably one more play for the end of this quarter.
All right, it looks like we've got some news here, some people helping us out from the fans. Shout out to my family, to my brother. It seems like number 4 is actually lost, and we haven't seen much happen from him. Number 8 is Rasar Bennett, and number 3 is Bryson Salgado.
I'm writing these names down.
Timeout by the Huskies. We're going to go into another player profile here. It looks like it's going to be Peyton Schultz.
My name is Peyton Schultz. I play DB. This is my first year on varsity, and I'm number 11. Our goal for the season is to win a state championship. My favorite cereal is Lucky Charms. I would be a 97 overall, and my best attribute would be man at coverage. My name.
Alrighty, guys, we're back here after a quick timeout from the Huskies and another player profile. That one was Peyton Schultz. We haven't seen much from him this game, and he is a DB, and that's because Wheeling just hasn't thrown the ball.
Ball has not gotten into secondary that much, so I'm sure it's a pretty light day for safeties, defensive backs. But, shout out Quentin Burr's family for stepping up with the names there. Feel pretty comfortable calling it now, though. We have to split a roster sheet for the rest of the game, but
only for 3 players, otherwise
only
we'd be
for
chilling.
3 players. But those are 3 pretty.
Alvarado's going to hand it off to Juarez again.
Yeah, Juarez listed as an O lineman.
I'm really confused by this Wheeling roster right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I somehow got the wrong roster.
Yeah, I don't know. You know,
I get them
you
from
can't
the
trust
athletic
resources all
director,
the time.
you know, and the Wheeling athletic director sends them to our athletic director, and she prints them out for me. So shout out to the athletic directors. Thanks so much for helping us out. But I don't really know what's going on here.
Yeah, Hora is a junior, listed as an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman.
And
6 foot, 215 pounds.
We're going to be ending the first quarter here, 35-0. The Wheeling Wildcats are trailing. Another player profile for you, Luke Casey.
All right, my name's Luke Casey. I play wide receiver and DB. I've been on varsity for 3 years, and I'm number 3. Our goal for the season is to win a state championship. My favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'd be a 99 overall, and my best stat would be spectacular catch.
Alrighty, guys, into the second quarter. Wheeling's at 4th down and 6 yards to go. Looks like they're bringing in the punt team immediately. Wow, I feel like we missed the whole Wheeling drive there. I didn't even realize it was 4th down.
Yeah.
Moreno on the kick. Wentink in the backfield yet again. Moreno gets a low kick that time. Wentink's gonna catch it, and he doesn't call it fair. Wentink's got space to go. He's got blockers down the sideline. It's gonna be a flag on the play, but Wentink makes it to about the 5-yard line before getting pushed out of bounds.
You know, I think this flag is going to be on the Huskies, either a block to the back.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
You know,
Personal
hold
foul,
or something.
block to
Yeah,
the back.
personal foul probably, but
Block in the back.
Yeah, block in the back. Wow, that's a mouthful. But a great return there by Wentink, though we got aided by the penalty, and it is going to come back. But yeah, I do want to see a Wentink either kickoff or punt recovery touchdown.
Oh, yeah. You know, in these player profiles, we ask the players what their best Madden rating would be.
Wow,
and Wentink
really?
told me that his best rating would be catching, and I think that makes sense. I think Wentink's a great catcher, and he doesn't have the breakaway speed necessarily like Jenkins or Josh Riggs, but absolute stud out there, probably one of the best hands on the team. Jake Narot. He's got time in the pocket. Shovel pass to Jenkins. Jenkins has space on the outside. Expect a big run here from Jenkins. Jenkins dodges a tackle, and he's got room to go. Jenkins into the end zone.
The Huskies just scoring at will. It's like you could put a stick out there, and it would probably do a little bit more than this Wheeling defense
I don't know.
right now.
It looks like the Wheeling defense just lost all momentum. They're just heads down.
You know, like, and you just look at the difference in bench size, right? Like, there's a good 60 kids on the Hersey bench, and you have about 15 kids on the Wheeling bench. You gotta kind of feel bad for these kids. Football is not an easy sport, and Hersey with a great coaching staff, really athletic players. Nothing to knock against Wheeling, but just not a great start.
Jack Mao, can he be 6 for 6? Jack Mao, 6 for 6.
That one sails into the backyard of the families living behind Hersey. You know, if this game gets to 60 points, right, I think you should have a guest fan come in and kick the extra point. Like the fan of the,
that'd be so
That'd
cool.
be so funny.
A little Orange Crush member.
Yeah, the
or
Orange
something.
Crush, you know how they pick the fan of the game?
Yeah.
The fan of the game should be able to come down, kick an extra point. Yeah, you know, maybe what we should implement into our pregame show, maybe homecoming week, is you see College Game Day, right? They have the fan kick the extra point.
Do we bring fans in?
Yeah, I think we got to cut to the field, and we get maybe it's just a dispatch member to start. Yeah, okay, we'll do Emily. Yeah, she's like getting all excited over there. Because we should kick one too.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we do a little TikTok dispatch tries its edge at field
Little
goals or extra
Dispatch
points.
tries extra
So
point. I like
with
that idea.
Jack Foster. Wow.
Yeah, Jack
look at
Foster
that.
can lead us. Wow,
Yes.
what a lead in there. But it's actually Olaf.
He's holding though, because I don't want anybody to kick my hand. I feel like that hurts. Like
Yeah.
when you hold the ball. Yeah.
Olaf Jedrick, what can he do here? 60 yards to the end zone. Jedrick with a low kick. It's going to bounce. It's going to be picked up by number... Excuse me. Oh, the ball's loose!
Believe Wheeling.
I just can't
has
see who
jumped
that
on
is.
it. A huge tackle.
That
there.
was number 8, Bassett, I believe.
Number 8. We have number 8 down as Bennett. Yes.
Bennett.
A huge tackle by Nick Chalaka. I mean, dislodging the ball. Huge hit. Great play. Q-Tip has stepped away from the mic for a second, so I have taken over play-by-play for the next couple minutes. Does Emily want to get on the mic for 5 seconds? It's Q-Tip's away. Say hi. Say hi to the world, Emily.
Hi, Hersey Dispatch viewers. My name is Emily, and I produce the live streams.
All right, Q-Tip's coming back. Shout out.
Thanks for
to
Durkin
production.
to taking my spot there.
She did no play-by-play, but.
Oh, come on, Durkin. You don't think she's got that?
Oh, and the snap is fumbled. Wheeling just jumps on it. All right, I hand over play-by-play back to Q-Tip now.
I was given the PA announcers,
Yes.
the numbers that we got here. You know, we like to help each other out.
Yeah,
here in the booth.
we work
It's great.
hand in hand. You know, most of the time when we hear who tackled somebody, it was from the PA announcers.
Wheeling looks like they're about 2nd and 30, maybe 40.
2nd and 27 is the official number, and
No,
they are at the.
really? They look so far away?
They're at the 6-yard line.
6-yard line for Wheeling. What
I
can
wonder,
Alvarado do here?
in senior night purposes, I really want a senior to get a safety by the end of the game. Anatara went to kick return touchdown. Those are the 2 things I want. If those happen, I'll walk out of here a happy man.
Alvarado. It's going to be handed off to Krakowski, I believe.
Krakowski still on his feet.
No, it's still
Big guy.
Juarez.
Juarez still on his feet.
When they've got 4 linemen running backs and we can't see their number here.
Impossible numbers to see. I mean, really, this is not easy.
But it is a great night on Friday Night Lights. I'm pretty sure people saw in the intro the sunset behind us.
Yes, we
It
are.
was- it's a
You know, I
great
think
night
we're
today.
permanently
Perfect
going to
weather.
move outside for our thing. You know, to get the orange sunset. I think it really just builds the moment, right? Friday Night Lights.
It makes it really romantic for me and Ryan over here.
Oh, please don't say that. Anyway, going back to the game, 3rd and 26. I don't know how we're gonna recover from that one.
He's got Juarez next to him. Alvarado, he's going to hand it off to Juarez. Juarez is going to find a gap, but it's not going to gain that much yards. It looks like they almost wanted to punt here. Who runs it through the middle?
I don't think any
on
team
4th
wants to
and
punt.
27.
I know typically you'd throw on that play, but
Or excuse me, 3rd and 27.
we saw one throw and it was spinning. It was like
It was wobbly. It was a little
helicoptering more
wobbly.
than it was going. It,
No, but
it wasn't
they
great.
don't
but
have their starting quarterback, and they don't have a backup quarterback even rostered.
yeah, call up the Frost off quarterback or something. Get somebody in there with a little experience. Maybe get a fan. I'm all about
Could
getting the
help
fans in
Wheeling.
today.
Ryan's really on the fence. I think the powder toss got in your head. You know,
Yeah.
you were one of the fans. You got to be one of the fans,
Yeah.
and you're really excited now.
This is my first and last powder toss. It was, it was about match the hype, I would say.
I don't know. I think I coughed a little bit too much powder. Oh, fumbled punt, and it's not going to be a touchback. He's going to get the punt off. That's Moreno. It's going to be called to let it drop. And they're going to touch the ball down at the 38-yard line.
Are you aware of the 1-point
Excuse me,
safety 1-point safety rules?
I've never heard that.
You don't know about a 1-point safety?
I'm
Okay,
not sure I do.
Per AI Google Gemini, it's the rarest way to score in American football, and it only occurs during a conversion attempt, extra point or 2-point conversion after a touchdown. Okay, we weren't close to a 1-point conversion, but I think if we go for the extra point or something and Wheeling blocks it,
No, because it
And
has to
then,
be like you block it, you pick it up yourself, and then you run all the way back to the other side of the field and then get tackled in your own end zone.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Narot. He's going to find Schultz. That's the little brother, Austin Schultz. Schultz able to stay on his feet. Taken down at about the 17-yard line.
But not knocking Austin Schultz. Well, let's get that ball to Peyton Schultz. Get even more seniors these touchdowns.
I don't think Schultz is on the. He plays defensively. I think I mentioned this last game. The brothers are switched. One's on offense, one's on defense.
Well, Peyton returns sometimes.
Yes, Peyton is a punt returner.
So he
as well,
clearly
kick
has the
returner.
receiver abilities.
It's going to be another timeout here. Don't know who it's called by. Up next is, I think, one of Huskies' favorite players, Bernard Harbor.
Hello, my name is Bernard R. Harbor. I'm a defensive tackle. My number is 99, and this is my second year in varsity. My goal is to win a state championship with my team. My favorite cereal would probably be Fruit Loops. Come on, if I was a Madden player, it would be 99 overall. And my best rating would be probably my speed. Hello.
Alrighty, guys, I think that's the last player profile I have for you
We
guys.
burned through our player profiles already. Okay.
Well, you know, you can't make them all in 1 week.
Yeah,
so
I guess.
I'm trying to put about 5 each week. I think
Maybe we should have spaced them out a little bit more. I guess it's just gonna be our banter now that entertains you guys between timeouts. We still have so much time remaining in the second quarter. 8 minutes and 26 seconds. 42-0 Hersey. Hersey has the ball 1st and 10 on the 17.
Is it 48 or 42? When does the running clock start for the second half?
I think it's 49.
49?
Is when running clock starts. Maybe it's 42, but it doesn't matter. It starts in the second half. So the Huskies, plenty of time to score between now and then. Really run up the score. Could they put up 100? I would really love to see that.
He's got Riggs open on the outside, and he's going to find Wentink in the end zone. What a catch from Tyler Wentink!
And we now have Wilder, Riggs, Wentick, Jenkins. Almost all, Riggs not a senior, but almost all Husky seniors who are receivers with a touchdown.
Let's see some Luke Casey action. We saw him in week
Luke
1.
Casey, yes,
he
I
had
forgot
that
about
great
Luke Casey.
70-yard catch where he's diving, caught
and
it
we
in the
also have
basket.
Shaden and Drew Frank, occasionally sub. I'd love to throw them on a route.
I know, but Luke Casey, I think, is a really good wide receiver. I don't know why they're kind of putting shit on him. Maybe he's injured or something. I don't even see him out here.
It's number 3. Yeah, you watch the extra point. I'll look for Luke Casey.
Jack Mao. And he's through the uprights yet again. Can you guys believe it?
It is a flag in the play, a legal procedure on the Huskies. Luke Casey is playing because he did have that tackle. Remember, it was that one time that they got into the secondary. Luke Casey coming in to make that tackle. I do not see him on the bench right now.
I see him right now.
You see him right now.
I see him now. I finally found him. Looks like he's right next to the coaches, next to number 26
I
over
see him
there.
now.
Drew Sather. Looks like they're bringing back maybe a false start on the Huskies. Jack
It is a legal procedure on the Huskies.
Legal procedure. Jack Mao now kicking for 25 yards. Jack Mao. And it's good. Jack Mao, 7 for 7 on the night. Will he catch up to his 8 for 8 last week? And will he beat the 8 for 8 last week? I don't know if it's even possible to find this, but is there a record for most field goals made by one player for the Huskies, do you think? I feel like Jack Mao's got to be close.
I mean,
8 last game.
I don't know.
He's at 7 right now.
I'm sure this is pretty on par with the rest of the year, with other Hersey kickers, because I feel like every year we kind of have the same schedule progression, and even like when my sophomore and freshman year, we played a much easier schedule, so we were kicking even more extra points and field goals those years. So I don't think he's going to hit the record, but he might hit the single game record today.
That's what I meant.
Nothing.
In a single game.
Oh, single game. Yeah. Yeah, he might hit the single game record today. I don't know. Maybe they put in the JV kicker or something just to give him the rest. I feel like he could really hurt your leg with all that kicking.
I've got no clue. He's a beast. He put up 8 last week. I can't emphasize it enough. And he's coming in to do the kickoff.
They got everybody kicking off. You know what I'm going to say? Get a fan in. Let the fan kick off.
Dude, this guy has fans, dude.
You got
any fans? You got people coming up to you in the hallways being like, yo, it's you, it's Ryan Anthony.
Yeah, all the time. What are you talking about?
I think people actually know me, dude. Because I bought a shirt today from the Orange Crush, and the Orange Crush lady goes, "Oh my God, are you Q-Tip?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me."
Wow, good for you, people.
Jack Mile with
You're
a
a
great
celebrity
kick.
now.
It's going to be stopped at about the 5-yard line. I believe that's Larson. Finally, we get him right. Excuse me, Bennett again. Oh my God, I was totally wrong. Number 13, John Scanlon. Really can't see anything.
Yeah,
here.
really struggling with this.
Did you think that was
roster.
a single digit? I could have sworn that was a single digit.
I was not paying attention. I was trying to get over your quote before that you felt noticed by the Orange Crush because you got a T-shirt.
Hey, man.
Sorry, Q-Tip. Not to burst your bubbles or whatever. I'm still trying to figure out scores from some of the other MSL games to give you guys a little update. Only one I have is Frem beating Conant 14-0 in the first quarter. Yet to have the score from Prospect Buffalo Grove. It says 0-0. I do not think that's the score, but you know, I love the Max Preps live scores, the live reporters, because those really help me out, giving me something to talk about mid-game.
Alvarado. That's Espinada, I believe. Nick Jalaka with a great tackle.
Nick Jalaka, I mean, I believe he's one of the best, if not the best tackler on this Hersey defense. I mean, he's had some hard hits in special teams just now in defense. Niles West last week had a couple big hits, big tackles. Didn't he force a fumble again?
Nick Jalaka
week?
had an interception.
Interception,
last
yes,
week.
an interception. You know, he's kind of been a dog, this defense.
We do see Schultz on defense now. Still no sight of Luke Casey. Excuse me, now I see him. He is a safety, so it looks like they're kind of switching off defense and offense.
Maybe a pick six.
We don't see Jenkins in there anymore, because that's where Luke Casey and Peyton Schultz come in. It's going to be another handoff to Areola. Areola's going to get tackled by number 0, Drew Sather. You know, there's 3 Sather brothers. Last year, oh my gosh, I forgot his first name.
Ryan Sather? No.
Ryan Sather.
He's
Ryan Sather's the one that got the tackle right now.
Yeah.
Drew Sather's older, but
yeah, Drew Sather's the older.
who was the one that was Ethan Sather? Ethan
Sather,
Sather was
yes.
an absolute beast last year.
I don't know. There's a lot of Sathers. There's a lot of people to keep up with.
Well, who are their parents? How are they breeding these football players? Come on now. Mom and Dad, where's my beefy muscles at?
Yeah, Q-Tip, you do have to hit the gym.
I know, man. That's sort of insulting, but I'll take it however it is. Number 5, Alvarado hands it off to Areola. Areola's going to go to the outside, but he's going to get nothing again. Ryan Sather on the tackle for the 2nd time in a row. You know, it's actually neat. His name is Ryan, not Ryan. And you're Ryan, not Ryan.
The N comes before the E in Ryan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're
and the
Ryan.
N comes after the
You're Ryan,
Ryan,
and he's Ryan.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the connection you're trying to go here. It's
thought it was pretty cool.
common sense. We're not like spelled the same or anything.
No, because they're kind of almost like they're almost the same name. Like you
Well, yeah,
almost
it's
say them
different
the
of
same.
a
Like you think it's
position
Ryan, but it's
and
actually Ryan.
I never thought it was Ryan. But I don't know. It's
I'm
just
letting the fans know because you have a roster sheet. Obviously, you don't.
No,
think it's
like
Ryan.
even like in the past when I've known.
Moreno. Oh my gosh! Almost blocked by Peyton Schultz there. It's gonna be a great kick from Moreno, and it drops in the middle. It almost hit a Wheeling defender.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it a great kick, just about 25 yards. But yes, almost blocked. You know, I think that the Huskies are going to get to the kicker, block a kick.
So I'm surprised they didn't get to it on the one that fumbled in the end zone.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought the play was over.
Good blocking by this offensive line for Wheeling. But once again, Hersey already in their own territory, already in Wheeling territory. 49-0, 5:38 left. I got to imagine they're going to score here. And
they're bringing in the backups. Kai, Parker Peterson, Jackson Travis. We see Luke Casey as a receiver, Cooper Mullen on the outside. We got number 15 as well. That's Owen Fogg. What can Parker Peterson do here?
A lot of seniors coming in on this backup. Let's try to pay attention.
Parker Peterson's going to hand it off to Jackson Travis. Jackson Travis has moved to go. He makes a dodge and gets tackled by his ankle there.
There is a
by
flag
number 4,
on the
who we
field.
believe is Larson now.
Lawson,
excuse me.
Sebastian Singleton coming in now.
Sebastian Singleton is our interception leader. He's got 2 this season.
Really?
No, I just made that up.
I'm just saying, really, like, oh, cool, really. Colin Eckel in on the offensive line. I'm trying to look for seniors here. This play is going to get backed up, though, so it's going to be first and 15.
Luke Casey's coming off the field. It looks like they're only going to go 2 receivers here. Maybe they brought a new one in. Yeah, they did. Sebastian Singleton, I believe you called that. That's my apologies. Parker Peterson's got Jackson Travis behind him. Parker Peterson. Parker Peterson hands it off to Travis. Travis has room to the outside, almost gets tackled. He makes a juke inside, and he stays on his feet. Wow, what a run from Jackson Travis.
I feel like I said it last week. Jackson Travis really is the future of this team against Niles West, now against Wheeling, and against St. Patrick's. I mean, teams that aren't that strong, but he's really had some powerful runs. You know, for being a sophomore, he's a pretty big kid, and definitely a good rusher. Kai Parker Peterson, he transferred from Wheeling. He should be the Wheeling quarterback right now, so that's one of the bigger storylines from today's game.
And Wheeling doesn't have a quarterback right now, so that really could have changed things for this game. Parker Peterson hands it off to Travis for the 3rd time in a row. Travis has room to go, and he's got the outside. He just has to beat one man, and he does. Jackson Travis in for a touchdown.
Travis's first touchdown of the season. Another strong run. There is a flag on the play. Orange Crush is not happy with that one.
Parker Peterson is coming off the field, though. Maybe he asked what the flag was. No. Looks like he's going to come back on.
I'm hearing some RCB that we have to. RCB Ron Contreras bet, shout out. He's probably watching from home right now. Old broadcast. We had him in the studio booth last week. He wants you to attempt a 35-yarder in the pregame show next week.
I'm not sure I could kick a 35-yard field goal. That's a lot of distance. Parker Peterson. I don't get the height on my kicks, to be honest. I've tried field goals. I keep them way too low. Parker Peterson hands it off to Travis for the 4th time in a row. Travis does a spin move and stays on his feet. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to be tackled for a loss of 10.
Yeah, you just see right there Eduardo Juarez bursting through that Husky O-line. You know, I feel bad for Travis. That's another touchdown called back for a flag.
We saw one last week
He's had
as well.
some huge runs, and these past 2 weeks, and even the play before where he had a nice little 20-yard gain, called back for some kind of flag. It just seems to plague the poor kid. It just let him get a touchdown. Jesus Christ.
It looks like it's going to be 2nd and 25. Parker Peterson. He's going to hand off again. Jackson Travis down the middle. Tackled. Travis wants this touchdown, and the coaches want him to have it too. 2 called back touchdowns. That's gotta be
Got to
like
sting a little bit.
Yeah, he's got that in his head for sure. But you know, he's a strong kid. He's very nice. I always talk to him when I get him for, those player profiles. We're gonna get him on there.
Does he have one?
Excited. We'll get him next week. We'll make sure he's on there next week. But he's really excited. He really wants to work with me. He just seems like a kid that wants to do everything he can. Parker Peterson, 3rd and 23. Parker Peterson hands it off to Travis. Travis has room to go on the outside. Is he going to get the first down? He makes a move towards the outside. He gets the first down and more. Kept running to the 5-yard line.
Travis, again, just his running power right there shown, getting down to the 5-yard line. What a play.
Ryan is outside of the box right now talking. I could not keep my laughter in.
I am fixing the camera, actually, outside of the booth. We're short of camera, and I'm kind of half watching the game, but I did see that run. That was a good run. It is.
I think they've got to just hand it up to Travis for the 6th time in a row. They want him to get a touchdown here, and I think it's going to happen. Parker Peterson, Travis behind him. He's got Cooper Mullen on his right, Singleton and Pham on his left. It's a high snap. Jackson Travis gets tackled.
All right, I'm back. Oh, we're losing our power source here.
Wow, this feels like it's already the end of the game, and it's only the 2nd quarter.
You know what I'm excited for, Q-Tip? I'm excited for it every
You think
week.
they're going to bring a fan in to kick during halftime?
I would hope, but what I'm most excited for is Kona Ice.
You say that every week.
It's
dude. I feel
ice
like you're
time,
depressed-
baby.
like
We need to
depressed about it
get.
every
We
week,
need
though.
to get.
Jackson Travis in for a touchdown. Sorry there. Straight through the middle, finds a gap.
Wow, you're interrupting my Kona Ice rant.
I think Jackson Travis' touchdown was a tad bit more important than your Kona Ice rant. Hey, but you can keep it going now. What are you saying about Kona Ice?
Well, as I was saying, they need to sponsor us. You know, with Jets Pizza.
Go ask 'em.
We
Ask
need
what they have.
it's probably some teenager who's after-school job. I want our halftime shows sponsored by Kona Ice. We'll have to get that sorted. I don't know if Mr. Hatfield's watching, but I don't know if he has contacts.
Money
Kona
Mao through the uprights again. Money Mao is 8 for 8 in this first half. Will he get a 9th to beat his record from last week and his record this season? We still don't know what the one-game record is for the Huskies, but this is going great so far. Ryan, thoughts?
Yeah, 56-0 now. Same score they put up first half against Niles West, and as we saw earlier in that game, as we saw in that game last week, Niles West did not score since in the second half, especially because it's going to be running time. So you got a minute 34 left. I don't think we're going to score before the end of the half, but hopefully get a couple touchdowns. My target's 2 touchdowns in the second half. Make it, I believe that would be 70-0. 70-0, right? Or 6-7. Nothing. Maybe we could get that score.
6-7.
Maybe we could get that score.
70-0.
I'm getting dirty looks now.
If Jack Mao can keep up his amazing field goal streak. Because they're bringing Jack Mao to do the kickoff here. I think this might be Olaf Jedrick and Jack Foster are both seniors. Jack Mao, I believe, is a sophomore. The young kid out there doing great, and I think they wanted to be able to kick off as well.
Put in Foster at quarterback.
Jack Mao. Mao with a decent kick. It's going to be caught at the 1-yard line. Taken by number 13, I believe, Skulson. Oh, what a tackle from Singleton.
Sebastian Singleton, the sophomores and juniors hitting hard so far today. Yeah, but I do want to see some of these seniors get, and I'm looking on the sideline right now, and I see a lot of them sitting on the bench. Actually, I feel like Hersey have, oh, never mind, they're all in that tent over there. So I'm like, whoa, we lost a lot of players.
Seems like Jenkins already has his helmet off. Narot's got his helmet off.
Oh, no,
Casey's got his helmet off. Oh, yeah, Narot, well, he's taking it off right now.
He's taking it off, yeah.
Luke Casey's got his helmet off. Most of the seniors seem like they're sort of done, and there's still a minute 28 left in this first half. What can Alvarado make happen here? He's got number 7, Karakowski, lined up behind him. Alvarado. High snap, and he hands it to Karakowski. Karakowski's going to get taken down for a gain of 0.
Yeah, Karakowski's his runs have not been as strong as they were earlier in the game. And I think the Huskies found the secret formula to stop him. A minute remaining. 2nd and 9, ball on the 24. Imagine Wheeling does not want to punt, considering what they saw last week, where the Huskies scored with like 6 or 7 seconds left at the end of the quarter, or the half. Would hate to make this 63-0 going into halftime.
Alvarado. It's going to be another handoff to Karakowski. Karakowski doesn't gain any more yards.
This is a short little gain there.
Tackled by Drew Frank. There's your guy.
Drew Frank, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to the Hersey football team for showing up to last week's NF walk for our dispatch colleague Ben Meek. He was on the pregame show. It's a big tradition for Hersey football. I know Joe Pardon, one of the coaches, is very involved with it. I had the chance to be at the NF walk this year, and just tremendous support for some Hersey students and the Hersey community.
That's going to be the end of the first half for you from our Huskies. It's 56-0 ending this half. Alrighty, guys, that's going to be the end of the half. Like I just said, 56-0. Ryan, any thoughts so far?
A really strong start for the Huskies so far. Just dominant performance on offense. It's put up the same amount of points they put up last week against Niles West. And I'd love to see some seniors get in now, considering it's senior night. But
and
yeah,
one thing we could hope for, we do want to see some touchdowns.
Yes.
From the backups here. We didn't get any in the second half last week. We'd love some this week.
Yeah, I'd love even more touchdowns.
Yeah.
Let's put up 70 points.
Yeah, that'd be great. A little record breaker.
Yes.
Alrighty, guys, we'll see you in the second half. Alrighty, guys, leading you into the second half of the Husky v Wildcat paw up.
Oh,
You know,
that one didn't hit. That was a
match,
miss.
A little paw match. 56-0, the Huskies are leading against the Wildcats. Ryan, any thoughts?
I mean, it's just been amazing from every aspect of this Husky offense and defense. Defense has done an excellent job shutting down the run. I mean, we haven't seen Wheeling throw that much, so. And the Husky offense, Jackson Wilder, Jake Nara, now we got Kari Parker-Peterson and Jackson Travis, a couple backups. I'm excited to see this backup core. Hopefully some seniors don't get that much playing time. Get in, make some big moves here. Hopefully get a couple more touchdowns and hit that scoring record.
We did see Jackson Travis finally get his first touchdown, and it didn't get called back this time.
Yes.
Great for the kid out there. He's looking great, looking like a stud. Shout out Jackson Travis. Anyway,
Yep.
guys, we'll see you in the third quarter. Seconds. All right, guys, 20 seconds to go until this second half kicks off. Who do you think's going to be taking the kickoff this time?
Probably Austin Schultz, Peyton Schultz. Actually,
I meant kicking.
oh, kicking.
We've got three outstanding kickers. We see them all take kickoffs this
I
game.
think it's going to be Jack Mao.
Again?
It should be either Olaf or Jack Foster.
I mean, they are
because
the two
it's seniors, yeah. But, I mean, this is probably one of the last times they're kicking off today. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see here.
Is it
from the
time
Huskies.
for some scores from around the league?
Let's see it, Ryan. Let's see the
All
scores
right.
around the league.
Again, all my sources come from Max Preps, and they aren't 100% accurate. But we got Prospect up 22-0 on Buffalo Grove in the second quarter. Also in the second quarter, Rolling Meadows up 26-0 on Elk Grove. So we got 3 shutout games in the MSL East right now. Pretty much what we expected. I believe we both picked those games.
Absolutely.
We have to go look at some of the more controversial games that we picked. Hoffman is up 8-7 on Schaumburg. You picked Schaumburg, I picked Hoffman.
No. Meek
picked Schaumburg, yeah.
We both had Hoffman.
So we need Hoffman to hang on.
I had Vider over Ignatius. I don't know if you could pull that up on Max Prep.
Yeah, I'll try to find that
it
one.
might only be
while
public schools. I'm not too sure.
No. I think there's private on here. It's a CCL. I just don't know which. There's like different colors to it. Oh, that game's in progress. We have no score. So, let me see if I can find that Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South game too. I don't know what conference they're in. I have to dig around here.
Jack Mao up to kick. Your prediction was correct.
Yes.
Mao.
Let's go.
With a decent kick. It's going to hit the ground and be picked up by number 8. Barrett. Bassett. Bennett. There we go. Got it eventually.
No score. Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South. So, I guess we'll never know.
Oh, come on. That one's an obvious one. GBS is going to be GBS.
Yeah, we both picked GBS, so I'm trying to.
Don't play with me, Ryan.
Well, Glenbrook North is home, so it could go either way. I mean, people are probably saying the same thing about Prospect Hersey. Like, oh yeah, Prospect, of course. But like, obviously we know that Hersey's got this, but.
Number 5 is still the quarterback with 21 lined up behind him. That's going to be Alvarado at the QB and Areola behind him. Areola. Alvarado keeps it himself.
Tackle right there by Sam Gibbert,
That's
the senior linebacker. So yeah, we got some senior backups in. And I also see a couple sophomores out there, so. Dom Wentig out there, younger brother of Tower Wentig.
We see Parker Flaherty out there. He's been one of the special teams dogs.
Yeah, honestly, there's more sophomores on the field right now than seniors. So players like Grant McKinney also out there. Good look for the future of this team.
Hands it off to Areola. Areola's going to look for a juke, and he doesn't get it.
Gabriel Prosiliakos also out there, brother of Josef Prosiliakos. I played.
If you guys haven't noticed, the running clock has begun as of the second half. So it should be a way quicker half and a fast game for the Huskies here.
Well, now that we have plenty of time and the Orange Crush has played some good songs, I might start singing by the end of this, like I did last week.
Alvarado. Alvarado hands it off to Areola. Areola's going to look to the inside, and he's going to try to go outside, but he gets swarmed by the Huskies.
I believe Areola did get a first down there on 3rd and 3. So
it's going to be Wheeling's first down.
First down, moving the chains against the backups. Parker Flaherty thought he was subbing, but just going over to talk to coach. Orange Crush got a saxophone down there.
What?
They played, what's this song? What is this song? Carol's Whisper? Yeah, Carol's Whisper by
How did Ryan
George
Dugan
Michael.
get a saxophone?
I don't know. We have a saxophone and
Alvarado. He's going to look to throw. No, he's not. It's a QB sneak. He's going to get absolutely crushed by Parker Flaherty. Wait. No, excuse me. Who was that?
It's better this way.
That's
say we could have been so good together.
Maybe Dylan Clare. Yeah, the numbers backwards. Didn't really get a good view right there. Saw Sam Gerbart there again. Oh, it was Austin Schultz, my apologies. Taking it again is Areola. He's going to gain a couple yards there.
Tackle there, Sebastian Singleton with the tackle.
Singleton's been a great defensive player for us this year. You know, some consider him a starter considering, wow, that's a lot of considering. Because he has 2 interceptions, but I believe those were both in backups. So we'll see what Singleton can put on.
3rd and 1 now.
Secure starting spot.
3rd and 1, I'd like to see. Well, I wouldn't like to see I'm a Hersey fan, but see if Hersey or Wheeling get another.
You can't stop with these Hersey fans, huh?
Yeah, I've said that a lot. It's probably the word of the day, phrase of the day for me, Hersey fan. Huskies showing blitz.
And Areola is going to get tackled immediately. I don't even think he got the first down.
I think he reached over, got that first down.
Yeah, they're calling it a first down.
Moving the chains. So a strong drive so far for Wheeling, back-to-back first downs. Though both of them have gone to 3rd down, 3rd and short situations.
Dude, my legs are on fire. I can't lie to you, Ryan.
Why?
I don't know.
All the standing. I mean, we haven't been standing for that long. It hasn't been a full game.
You know me, I just work out so often, all the leg days. They're catching up.
Yeah. I'm sure Q-Tip. All that esports club didn't get that much physical activity.
Fakes the handoff. He's taking it to himself. He's going to look outside. He's got Singleton on him. Singleton's going to tackle him with swarms of other Huskies.
That's a lost 5. If you're Alvarado, you just have to power through, get that extra yardage.
Maybe he has 2 throws this game?
I think 1 or 2. I don't know. He ended up running backwards there, which didn't really help the cause anymore, and so he got a loss of 3. I mean, I think that's a bit of a generous spot there from the refs.
Alvarado has got no running back lined up with him. And he's going to look to throw. He's going to throw it way too early, looking for Krakowski.
That was maybe we just found out why they're not throwing. Where Krakowski didn't even. I don't know who miscommunicated there.
It looked like Krakowski was just blocking.
Yeah, Krakowski was blocking.
He was the intended target.
Yeah, if that was a receiver, that was underthrown by about 10 yards, and that was just a little short 5-yard pass.
It was the running back, halfback as well.
Yeah.
That play really didn't make any sense, especially for him to throw it that fast.
Yeah, we'll see if they come out throwing again, because it is 3rd and long now, but...
Alvarado. He's got Areola behind him. Alvarado takes it himself. He's going to look to the outside, and he's going to get numbers sacked by 90 and 70. That's Joseph Swanik and Colin Eckel.
Colin Eckel, the senior, getting in there, getting the sack. Swanik got there first, but it was just finished off by Eckel. Now, I want to give a quick shout out because fall sports is almost over, right? And so Hersey boys and girls golf both competed in their conference championships this past week, and Hersey boys and girls golf both brought home the MSL conference championship.
Congrats, gentlemen. Congrats, ladies.
My friend Tucker Heminger actually finished 1st in conference, so pretty impressive.
That's a sky of a punt. But there's not even anybody back there to receive it for the Huskies. I think they were just going to let that one fall no matter what.
Yeah, it's a sign of sportsmanship, right? Why even risk injury or anything on the return? Just let it roll out. So 3:30 remaining in this 3rd quarter. It is 56-0 Huskies. And they're going to have the ball at about the 42-yard line. Let's preview our game next week. Elk Grove. What do we think, Q-Tip? Homecoming.
I think we win that one. It's going to be another Wheeling game. Parker Peterson. He's got Travis behind him. 3 receivers, Singleton, Pham, and Mullen. He's going to hand it off to Travis. Travis gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Parker Peterson. Parker Peterson's going to hold it himself. He's turning to the outside, and he's going to throw it out of bounds.
Aimed directly towards the Wheeling cheerleaders. A bit of a hate right there,
I don't think it's hate.
Well, he transferred, so.
Saying, feel this ball.
Feel this. Okay. Anyway, incompletion on 1st down. Parker Peterson. Oh, we have a flag.
Maybe delay of game. It didn't look like there was anything going on there. Oh, they're calling intentional grounding on that out-of-bounds throw by Parker Peterson.
Rookie mistake from Peterson. So they're backed up a little bit. 3rd and 18.
Parker Peterson, he's got Sethi next to him. Peterson's going to look to throw it outside. It's going to be to Singleton. Singleton not able to wrap his hands around it. He does get fingertips on it, though.
Did you just see that? And I'm not talking about the ball. I saw something else flying through in there. A bat just flew across the broadcast booth.
No.
It was a bat. I'm telling you, it had to be a bat. It was brown. It was big. And it just like, it was, I thought it was a butterfly, but it was a bat that just flew. It's probably, it went like this. You can't see my, Emily, our producer's freaking out right now.
Hopefully you got your rabies shot.
What kind of follow-up is that?
Parker Peterson, he's got pressure. He needs to throw it, and he does. It's going to be out of bounds. Target was Grant McKinney.
He did leave the pocket, so I don't think we're going to get an intentional grounding on that. But 4th and 18, Parker Peterson.
Durkin now saying she saw the bat. I have yet to see it.
So I'm
If it
not
flies in
lying.
here, I'm going to pull a Superman move and catch it. I'm going to catch the bat, I promise you.
Maybe it'll bite you, turn into Batman.
No, because I don't even know. No, wow. I have my rabies shot for sure, but like, you know what? They definitely carry so many diseases. Oh, I see the, wait, that's not a bat, dude. That's a bug.
That's not a bat.
That's like a dragonfly.
I don't know.
Ryan Defo did not see a bat.
It was a bat. It was a bat. It was 100% a bat. I mean, I've never seen a bat before, but I would have known if it was a dragonfly or butterfly or something. I don't know.
How fast were the wings moving, though? That's the question.
They're going pretty fast.
Because I feel like bugs got way too fast. Like, you know, bumblebees, like physics-wise, aren't supposed to be able to fly, but they move their wings like way too fast.
It was just like the I don't know. The animal was too big. Maybe it was. I don't know. I swear to God, I thought it was a. That whatever that thing flying by.
It definitely
is not
could have
a
been that thing. That thing was huge. It was
The
a
viewers
giant
at
bug.
home right now are so lost because.
Hey, maybe they saw it on the camera. Maybe there was a bat.
Yeah, maybe
that
they did see it on the
swished.
camera. I don't know. All I know is that we've lost our producer.
It's third quarter. Beginning of the third quarter. It's
Fourth quarter.
Excuse me. Beginning of the fourth quarter. 56-0. Huskies are leading. Is it going to be like last week, or are we going to see a couple more touchdowns in the second half by the Huskies?
I want the Huskies to score again, but I think this is going to be pretty similar to last time.
Alvarado. He's going to take it himself through the middle, and he gets a big gain this time.
Some new sophomores in. Chris Alquist. He helped us out a little bit last year with some of our dispatch needs.
I didn't even realize he played football, to be honest with you. Alvarado. He's got Areola next to him. Alvarado motions Scanlon. And he takes it himself. He's going to get swarmed right down by the tight end, Grant McKinney. He's actually playing defense now, tight end D-line.
That's all you have. It might be Tuesday because all of our stuff's going to be there. Big game's on Monday, we do it Tuesday. All our stuff's there. 3rd and 8, quick 3rd and 8. Felt like that kind of missed the first 2 plays there. Wheeling just trying to milk clock. Again, I said in the pregame show, I've said it numerous times, almost their entire offense starts on defense. They've got to be so exhausted. You know, this Husky team flies around.
Alvarado handed off to Areola. Areola's going to get tackled. It's by number 49.
Gabriel Prosiliakos with the
just talking
tackle.
about him
Yes, I
earlier.
was just talking about him. JV's got a huge game against Fenwick tomorrow. I know it's been kind of the talk of some of the JV players. Fenwick has a really strong program, and
Don't you think it's weird that varsity and JV play kind of different schools?
well, so schools like Wheeling, Elk Grove, Niles West. I'm not sure about Niles West, but they don't have JV teams. Their programs just aren't big enough.
Which is kind of odd because they only have 2 sophomores and no freshmen roster.
Yeah, my brother's on the freshman team, and he's playing their like frost soft team. So we're always a little worried about that because Hersey's fresh team is just freshmen. And when he gets some sophomores in there, you know, the big guys.
Another punt here from Moreno. It almost gets touched, and they're going to let it go. Great
Everett, Georgia
pressure
Caucus
there
got in.
from Everett, Georgia Caucus.
Yeah. You know, I'll never forget my favorite Wheeling Hersey memory. Were you there, or was it just me and RCB? I'm looking at both our people. It was my sophomore year where it was pouring. Like the weather was so bad, and there was like one student in the it was like freezing too. It was like 50 or 40 degrees, and it was the same game like this. We did the broadcast. We were nice and warm up here in the press box, but I felt bad for the Orange Crush leaders because there was like these 3 students who wouldn't leave the entire game. So Orange Crunch has to stay as long as the students stay.
That's Sethi. Sethi with room down the sideline. He breaks a tackle. No, he doesn't. Bassett on the tackle.
Sethi, just
It
amazing
looks like he
movement.
broke a tackle there for a minute,
Yeah,
and then
he dragged
Bassett
it.
able to hold on.
Yeah, you know, the sophomore running backs between Singleton, Travis, Sethi, like, you know, it just shows depth in the future for this Hersey team. And
Well, Sethi is a junior.
Sethi's junior,
Sethi
sorry.
is a junior.
Sethi is a junior, but again, still
Jackson Travis is a
underclassmen.
sophomore, though, and we've seen him absolutely produce the way we need him to. Sethi lined up behind Parker Peterson yet again. Peterson's got receivers in motion. Peterson's going to hold on to it. He's got Cooper Mullen on the outside, and he's going to target Cooper Mullen. Mullen's going to not be able to catch it. That throw was way too far out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a little short, out of bounds to the right. Someone I'd love to talk to is Kai Parker Peterson. I'm wondering why he transferred. I mean,
Well, isn't it in D214? Don't you have to move?
yeah, you
I
need
didn't
to
think
have
they
an
just-
address in the Hersey
Yeah, so he
district.
probably just moved. That's probably all it is.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I don't, you know, Hersey's had players transfer in quotations before.
Parker Peterson. He's going to look for another throw. This is a quick release to Pham. Pham got room down the middle. No, he doesn't. Pham makes a couple moves and taken down at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Owen Pham kind of held up there as he got close to the end zone.
A gap there
It's
in the
hard,
middle.
you know, like you're about to hit your first varsity touchdown. You're seeing the end zone, you're running, and you just got swarmed too quickly.
Owen Pham was on American Ninja Warrior Juniors.
He was.
He was on. You could go look him up on TV. He did
I
great.
think, you know, I think I knew that. Yeah. I didn't realize it was him.
An athletic freak out there in Owen Pham. His little brother does it as well.
Really? That's impressive. I always think that those are actors on those shows. Like, they're never like real people, but it's nice to know that Owen Pham is.
Parker Peterson's got receivers lined up way far outside. He's going to take it himself, but he's going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Peterson wanted that touchdown. Decided to take it himself. He was quick.
He just didn't have a gap
Yeah,
there.
his line kind of quickly collapsed, but 6 minutes remaining. We're halfway through this fourth quarter. 2nd and 9. Huskies looking to make it 62 or 63. Nothing. I'd love to see him score again.
At the 10-yard line. Peterson's going to hand it off to Sethi. Sethi's got nowhere to go, yet he gains about 3.
Buffalo Grove just scored, so it's 29-7 Prospect. That game's a little closer than I would have expected. I thought the game's going to be like 60-30 nothing or something like that. Like, not pretty similar to this.
I
Buffalo
really
Grove
want to
hasn't
know
been
if
that
I
strong.
got the St. Viator game right, dude, because that's like the only thing where I differed from
I'll
you.
keep checking.
And you told me afterwards that St. Ignatius
Yeah, that's
was
a
lot
huge
better
game
than
for me.
Viator.
I need to get legs
Yeah.
legs up
I'm
on
by
you.
what, 3 right now,
You're
I think?
17-3. I had it wrong on the pregame show.
I'm 17-3. You're 14-6.
Yes.
So I'm up by 3 on the predictions, but you told me that St. Ignatius was just so much better than St. Viator.
I mean, okay, so much better is a stretch, but when I was doing the research, I apologize. I always hit you with the game day picks like right before they happen. Like I take my time and research and so. I mean, I don't do a lot of research, but I at least like.
Realistically, I can do my own research. Like I could look up who's.
Yeah, but I don't tell you which games they're going to put on there. Like obviously, I put in all the MSL East-West games, but now because those are only 6 games, like I'm gonna start throwing in some
like St. Viator, St. Ignatius.
Yeah, St. Viator, St. Ignatius, Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South.
That was a cannonball. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
I was hit off the.
Yeah, I know. I'm just. I feel bad because like I get the leg up, and I need to get my record up. So I'm gonna hit you with some hard ones that you're not gonna know until like last minute.
Parker Peterson, 10-yard line again. He's not going to run it. He's going to look to the corner. That's Mullen. Mullen in for the touchdown.
Cooper Mullen, the senior, another senior receiver with a touchdown. Shout out Cooper Mullen, his family. And Parker Peterson, another a great pass there and getting his first touchdown pass the game. That's his first touchdown pass of the season, right?
Jack Mao is not in to kick. Who's kicking? They're going for a second extra point.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just take a knee here. I need that extra point.
A 2-point conversion.
I need that extra point. I think they're going to take a knee. But I need an extra point because my score prediction was 63-0. Oh, come on, Tom.
Parker Peterson takes the knee.
Well, I was off by 1 point. Unless we score again, then it wouldn't really matter.
I really wanted to see Mao go 9 for 9, though. That's kind of a... Why are you keeping him at 8? You know he can do it. Let the kid kick.
And again, sportsmanship. These are still conference opponents. I'd want to be treated the same way.
I know, but I feel like if I'm watching a kid who's I don't even know if he's missed any field goals this season, and I'm seeing him going 8 for 8, he's matching his record from the last game. I'd almost want him to kick the extra point if I'm on the other team. It is a little discouraging, but credit to Jack Mao.
Hoffman-Schaumburg still 8-7. That's a pretty big game when it comes to our picks.
Wow, Ben Meek had Schaumburg winning, and he said he just felt it in his veins. Ben Meek could be correct on this one. You know what? Well, something's happening here. It looks like Durkin.
We're getting
Emily Durkin wants to come in for color on the last 2 minutes. Ryan's getting kicked off by Emily Durkin.
Okay.
Hey, Emily, how's it going today?
I'm good. It's been a really fun producing game, uploading graphics. I'm really excited to get my first football commentary experience.
What are your thoughts on Jack Mao so far? We see him coming in to kickoff right now.
I think that I didn't know that it's an option for there to be 3 different kickers because last year Jack Foster was the kicker. And I didn't know there could be 3.
Yeah, they brought Olaf Jedrick in in the 3rd quarter of the season last year. And then Jack Mao, obviously a sophomore, he was not playing on varsity last year. Jack Mao with a great kick. I believe that's Solstrin, I don't know how to say it really. Jackson Travis pushes him out of bounds. Another sophomore there. Seems like it's sophomores all along.
Jackson Travis sounds like a powerhouse. I've been hearing that name over and over and over again, and that sounds like one of the future dominant players for this team.
Oh yeah, last year I was hearing Jackson Travis's name. Even though he was a freshman, people were talking about, oh, do you know Jackson Travis? Do you know Jackson Travis, the freshman that's a stud? And we see him really showing here.
It sounds like he's going to be one of the key players next year when the senior heavy team leaves.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem to be the case. Senior heavy as well, like you said, but our backups are doing great. They already have a touchdown. Didn't have a touchdown last week. It's going to be Alvarado in QB. In motion is Solren. They're going to let him take it. No, they're not. Alvarado's keeping it himself. Team down about the line of scrimmage. A minute left in this game. 62-0. I forgot they did not take the extra point.
I want to take a moment to shout out my fellow seniors, Q-Tip and Ryan, for being such amazing announcers all season. I missed the last week's game, but they're still here announcing every single game and taking the sacrifice of not being in the student section our senior year. I'm also doing it, but they're doing a great job. They're speaking, unlike me.
Oh, yeah, but you run the show. Whenever there's a problem, we all go to Durkin. Check out the TikToks. You'll see what we're talking about. Hersey Dispatch on TikTok. It's going to be Areola taken down at about the line of scrimmage again. Wheeling not able to make anything happen. 20 seconds left here in this 4th quarter.
Something to take away from this, Parker Peterson is in my sociology class.
Really?
Yes, and I just noticed that because someone new transferred into my sociology class a few weeks ago, and I saw today it was a football player, and it's number 19.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
He keeps to himself, though.
All right, guys, me and Durkin are gonna see you out here for the end of the show. Oh my gosh! Wait, not yet, guys, not yet. All right, guys, big thanks to you guys tuning in. Final score was 62-0 for your Hersey Huskies. This is Emily Durkin. I've been Quentin Bursch.
Thank you to Ryan
Producing right now,
Antonucci.
Ryan Antonucci. He was also announcing with me. And big thanks to Devin Joseph, not even in the media class, but he's
Not
coming
even
out
in our
here
class.
to do the cameras for us. Thank you very much, Devin Joseph.
Doing a great job.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week for homecoming week against Elk Grove.